Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of nonverbal communication. Our presentation is titled Mastering Nonverbal Communication Understanding and Interpreting Body Language. We'll explore key gestures and facial expressions that can truly enhance the way we interact with others. I'm excited to guide you through this comprehensive guide that will help you read between the lines and connect more effectively in both personal and professional settings. Let's get started. Body language plays a crucial role in how we communicate, often saying much more than the words we speak. By tuning into these nonverbal cues, we can gain deeper insight into what people truly feel and intend, which can significantly improve our interactions both personally and professionally. In this guide, we'll dive into 37 key body language movements to help you better understand those subtle signals. Ultimately, this will enhance your ability to communicate clearly and confidently, even without relying solely on spoken language. Facial expressions are some of the most powerful and instantly recognized forms of nonverbal communication worldwide. When someone smiles, it's a clear sign of friendliness and openness, which naturally helps to build trust and makes people feel more comfortable. On the other hand, a frown typically shows displeasure or concern, signaling that something might be wrong and often encouraging others to pay closer attention or adjust their approach. Raised eyebrows usually express surprise or curiosity, prompting further explanation or inviting a deeper conversation. Understanding these basic facial signals can greatly improve our ability to connect and communicate effectively without saying a word. Lip biting is a subtle yet important signal that often indicates nervousness or stress. It might seem like a small gesture, but it can reveal a lot about what someone is feeling inside. Even when a person's words sound confident, this unconscious habit can betray underlying anxiety or discomfort. By paying attention to lip biting, we gain a deeper understanding of emotions that might not be openly expressed, giving us valuable insight into their true state of mind. When someone wrinkles their nose, it's usually an automatic response that signals disgust or discomfort. This small but noticeable movement communicates a strong negative reaction, whether it's triggered by an unpleasant smell, taste, or even an awkward situation. What's fascinating is that this facial expression doesn't require any words. It's a powerful nonverbal way of showing aversion that almost everyone instinctively understands. When we maintain eye contact, it sends a powerful message of confidence and honesty. People tend to see sustained eye contact as a sign that we are engaged and trustworthy. This connection isn't just about looking at someone. It actually builds a bridge of trust, making interactions more meaningful and effective. On the other hand, if we avoid eye contact, it can give the impression that we're uncomfortable, evasive, or lacking in confidence, which can undermine the communication process. So, paying attention to eye contact is crucial for creating a strong and positive connection with others. Blink rate can actually tell us a lot about a person's emotional state. When someone blinks more frequently, it often indicates they are feeling stressed, nervous, or even trying to hide something. On the other hand, a slow and deliberate blink usually signals that a person is relaxed and comfortable. By paying attention to these subtle cues, we can gain valuable insights into what someone might be feeling beneath the surface. When we talk about pupil dilation, we're looking at a subtle but powerful sign of attraction and interest. Our pupils automatically get bigger when we're genuinely engaged or emotionally stirred by something or someone. This reaction happens without us even realizing it, and because it's subconscious, it's hard to fake or hide. So, when you notice someone's pupils dilating, it's a strong clue that they're truly interested or emotionally connected in that moment. When we talk about eye direction, it can reveal a lot about what someone is thinking. For instance, the way a person's eyes move often reflects their cognitive processes. When someone looks upward and to the side, they're usually trying to recall memories or visualize information. On the other hand, some specific eye movements can be linked to deception or fabricating information. By carefully observing these eye movement patterns, we can gain insights into whether someone is being truthful and understand their level of mental focus. This makes paying attention to eye direction a valuable tool in interpreting communication. When someone squints their eyes during conversation, it usually tells us a lot without them saying a word. Squinting often shows doubt or skepticism, meaning the person might not fully believe what they're hearing. It's a subtle way for them to express critical evaluation. They're basically saying, I'm not convinced yet. This nonverbal cue can signal a lack of trust, which often invites the speaker to clarify their points or provide more evidence. So, next time you see someone squinting, know that they're probably scrutinizing the information carefully. Nodding is a gesture we see all around the world, and it usually means agreement, understanding, or even encouragement. When someone nods while you're speaking, it sends a clear signal that they're following along and receptive to what you're saying. This simple movement plays a crucial role in communication because it reassures the speaker that their message is being received positively and that the listener is actively engaged in the conversation. It's a small but powerful way to connect and show attentiveness. When someone shakes their head sideways, it's a clear nonverbal sign of refusal or disagreement. This simple gesture says a lot without needing words. It's a way to show that you don't agree or that you're saying no, all without interrupting the conversation. It's subtle but firm, making it an effective way to express opposition or dissatisfaction calmly and clearly. Tilting the head slightly to one side is a subtle but powerful gesture. It shows that someone is curious, paying close attention, and genuinely interested in what's being said. This small movement signals engagement and openness, inviting more conversation and deeper exploration of the topic at hand. It's a natural way to encourage dialogue, making the other person feel heard and valued. When someone scratches their head, it's more than just a random action. This gesture usually signals doubt, confusion, or deep thought. It's a natural response when a person is trying to make sense of something complex or is uncertain about what they're hearing or seeing. Essentially, head scratching gives us a visible clue that the person is actively working through their thoughts, trying to understand or figure something out. When someone crosses their arms, it's often seen as a defensive gesture. It usually means that the person is feeling closed off or is protecting themselves emotionally. This posture can indicate that they're uncomfortable, resistant to what's being said, or simply disagreeing. Essentially, crossed arms act like a kind of invisible barrier, creating distance between people during a conversation. It's important to recognize this because it can affect how open and connected the interaction feels. Pointing with a finger is a very assertive gesture that naturally draws attention. When someone points, it often signals that what they're saying is important and demands focus. Additionally, finger pointing can be used to emphasize a key point or even assign blame, which conveys a sense of authority in the interaction. However, it's important to be mindful because this gesture can be perceived in different ways. Depending on the situation and how it's done, pointing might come across as aggressive or accusatory, which can affect how the message is received. Understanding these nuances is crucial in using finger pointing effectively. Steepling fingers, where the fingertips come together to form a triangle shape, is a powerful nonverbal cue. This gesture often signals confidence and authority. When someone steeples their fingers, it shows they are self-assured and deeply engaged in thought. You'll frequently notice this in leaders or during moments where important decisions are being considered. It's a subtle but clear way to communicate intellectual confidence. When someone shows an open palm facing upwards, it's more than just a simple hand movement. This gesture really speaks to honesty and openness, inviting others to connect. It's a friendly way to signal that you're approachable and willing to engage. Because of this, it tends to build trust and can make conversations feel more cooperative and positive. It's a subtle but powerful way to create a welcoming atmosphere in any interaction. When someone clenches their fist tightly, it often signals strong feelings like frustration, anger, or even determination. This simple physical action is more than just a reflex. It gives us a window into their emotional state. The tension you see in a clenched fist reflects the intensity of what they're feeling inside, sometimes even before they say anything. It can be a sign that a person is gearing up to express conflict or to assert themselves with resolve. So, noticing this gesture can tell us a lot about what's happening beneath the surface emotionally. Waving is one of the most universally recognized gestures out there. We use it not only to say hello, but also to catch someone's attention from afar. It's simple yet powerful. Beyond just greeting, waving plays an important social role. It helps us connect with others, showing friendliness and an intention to communicate, especially when we're in busy or crowded places. So, this small movement actually carries a lot of meaning and helps bridge the gap between people. When we use purposeful hand gestures while speaking, it really helps to highlight the most important points we're trying to make. These gestures don't just add a visual element, they keep the listener engaged and attentive throughout our message. Beyond emphasis, hand movements can illustrate our ideas more clearly, express emotions, and make the whole interaction feel more dynamic and connected. Essentially, gestures work hand in hand with our words to communicate more effectively and leave a stronger impression. Leaning forward during a conversation is a powerful nonverbal signal. It shows that you're actively interested and fully engaged with the person you're speaking to. When you lean in, it's more than just a physical movement. It's a way to communicate that you're paying close attention and you genuinely want to connect. This simple gesture tells the speaker that their message matters to you. In both social and professional settings, leaning in at the right moments can help build rapport and create a more open, trusting atmosphere. It encourages deeper interaction and makes conversations more meaningful. When we talk about standing tall, it's more than just physical posture. It's a powerful signal of confidence and authority. Keeping your back straight and shoulders aligned not only helps you look poised, but also projects a sense of confidence that others can pick up on instantly. Standing tall sends a clear message that you are ready and self-assured, demonstrating competence in any situation. This posture can significantly influence how people view your leadership potential and reliability, whether you're in a formal meeting or an informal setting. Essentially, the way you carry yourself can shape the way others perceive your credibility and strength as a leader. Slouching often sends a clear message. It usually signals boredom, disinterest, or even a lack of confidence. When someone slouches, their back rounds and their shoulders droop, which can make them appear tired or disconnected. It's important to notice these physical cues, whether in ourselves or others, because they can reveal moments when attention is fading or motivation needs a boost. Recognizing slouching can help us address those dips and re-engage more effectively. The shoulder shrug is a subtle but powerful gesture. It usually signals uncertainty or that someone doesn't have enough information to give a clear answer. It can also show indifference, meaning the person might not feel strongly about the topic being discussed. When you see someone shrug, it often means they either don't know or they simply don't care enough to provide a definitive response. This gesture has an interesting effect on communication. It tends to soften the message and makes the speaker come across as less assertive or firm. So, while it might seem like a small movement, it can influence how messages are received and understood in a conversation. When someone puffs up their chest, it's a strong body language signal that often communicates dominance, pride, or need to assert themselves. This expansive posture is especially common in situations where competition or hierarchy plays a role, like in leadership or confrontational settings. By adopting this stance, a person is essentially showing strength, confidence, and a sense of superiority. It's a nonverbal way of saying, I'm in control here. When someone tilts their body, either leaning forward or angling to the side, it usually signals openness. This body language shows they're approachable and not posing a threat. It's a subtle but powerful way of indicating they're receptive and willing to engage in communication without being confrontational. Depending on the context, this tilt can also suggest a level of submission or accommodation, showing a readiness to adapt or yield. Understanding these nuances helps us better interpret how people are feeling and responding in social interactions. When someone taps their foot repeatedly, it usually signals impatience or nervous energy. This kind of movement often happens when a person feels anxious or is trying to release some built-up tension. It's not just a random habit. It actually reveals an inner restlessness. Essentially, it shows that the person might be uncomfortable or really eager for whatever is happening to come to an end. Recognizing this behavior can give us important clues about how someone is feeling in the moment. When someone crosses their legs, it can mean different things based on the situation. Sometimes, crossing legs is a defensive signal, showing that the person might feel closed off or reserved, almost as if they're creating a barrier. But in a more relaxed setting, crossed legs often just mean the person is comfortable and at ease. The key here is context. Paying attention to other body language cues around them helps us understand what this gesture truly means. So, leg crossing isn't a one-size-fits-all signal. It really depends on the overall environment and the person's other behaviors. Feet can be surprisingly telling when it comes to where someone's attention really is. Without even realizing it, people often point their feet toward whatever or whomever they're focused on. This small, subtle cue can give us valuable information about their true interest or engagement. In social and professional settings, paying attention to where feet are directed helps us understand feelings or intentions that might not be openly communicated. It's a handy way to get a deeper read on the situation beyond just words or facial expressions. When someone's leg starts shaking or bouncing, it's often a clear sign of nervous energy. This kind of movement usually shows that the person is feeling anxious, stressed, or under some sort of pressure. You'll commonly notice this behavior in situations where patience is required or when someone has to wait for a long time. It's a small, almost unconscious way our bodies express restlessness. When someone gives brief, rapid glances, it often indicates a cautious interest or that they might be hiding their true emotions. These quick looks serve a dual purpose. They show curiosity, but also a wish to stay unnoticed or to keep their real feelings under wraps. Paying attention to these subtle cues is crucial because they can reveal what someone is really thinking or intending beneath the surface. When we talk about personal space, it's important to understand that the physical distance people keep between each other says a lot about how comfortable they feel and the type of relationship they share. For instance, close friends or family members usually stand closer together, while acquaintances or strangers tend to maintain more distance. Respecting this space is crucial because it helps communication flow smoothly and keeps social interactions comfortable. If someone feels their personal space is being invaded, they might become uneasy or defensive, which can hinder positive connection. So, paying attention to and honoring these invisible boundaries is key to building trust and respect in any relationship. When we talk about distance maintaining, we're really looking at how people keep certain physical spaces between each other during interactions. These spaces, or comfort zones, are important because they show what each person feels comfortable with in terms of closeness. By respecting these zones, we follow social norms that help both parties feel secure and manage the level of intimacy in the conversation. Essentially, this spatial behavior acts as an unspoken guide for how near or far we stay from others, ensuring the interaction feels appropriate and comfortable for everyone involved. When someone moves closer to another person, it's usually a clear sign of interest and openness. This behavior shows they're willing to engage more deeply and are comfortable in that interaction. Approach behaviors play a key role by reducing the physical distance between people, making it easier to connect. These actions signal positive intentions and help to strengthen social bonds, encouraging more meaningful and comfortable communication. Now that we've covered the essential body language movements, it's important to understand how mastering these can truly benefit you. By recognizing and interpreting these 37 key nonverbal signals, you'll be better equipped to respond appropriately in various situations. This mastery doesn't just improve your communication skills, it helps build stronger relationships and boosts your ability to influence others effectively, whether at work or in your personal life. The real power comes when you start applying these insights consistently, allowing you to navigate your interactions with greater awareness and confidence. This is how you turn knowledge into meaningful connection